I suppose then the last thing that is a part of this discussion, I guess, that I want to talk about is just how we achieve something out of all of this. It's been very eye-opening to talk to prisoners who were involved in the prefigurative and very conscious activity that was taking place in Ireland, and then to go into Supermax in Youngstown in Ohio. Both situations were situations where there was an extreme stripping of prisoners. And in the one case, that stripping led to kind of the removal of all of the accoutrements of modern consumeristic society and enabled prisoners then to recreate something different that they probably couldn't have done so to such an extent had they remained on the outside, or if the prison regime would have given them televisions and even paper and pencils or pens, it would have been much more difficult for them to create the kinds of things that they did. But through oral culture, through even the activity of having to smuggle, having to sort of interact in this kind of resistant way with the authorities, that created something different, something more than simply what de Certeau talks about when he talks about cooking and dancing and so on. So, you know, by becoming real resistance and direct resistance, it became a very important, you know, and it became more of a revolutionary activity. In Supermax, on the other hand, you know, we also have this extreme stripping and extreme isolation, but in a situation where it's very, very difficult for the prisoners to sort of create any of this kind of solidarity. They do it. And as Andrej knows, and as we've discussed with Stoughton and Alice and other people in Youngstown, particularly when the rising took place in Lucasville, the Aryan Brotherhood and the black Muslims and the black nationalists came together and they ran that prison from below for a very long period of time. So the possibility of that happening is there all the time. The conditions under which it can be sustained, however, are the problematic thing. And of course, you know, with the prison population, which is less conscious, then that's, you know, it becomes problematic. So I guess I probably have more faith than Andrej does in the bottom line of the importance of organization and political party and political movement as creating a precondition for this kind of thing to happen. On the other hand, I think the continued creativity of the back and forth between the authorities and those from below is extremely important. So some people talk, for example, about leadership, and they talk about a form of perceptive leadership where a leader is able to do something they call process tracing. That is, they can perceive the right kind of reaction to the forms of oppression that are placed by the authorities. They can turn oppression into opportunity, turn threat into opportunity. So that's a very important part as well. And I think what we have to put together is you know, the organization on the one hand, but somehow enable this kind of ability to respond to the possibilities of creating prefigurative activities, to enable that as well, and make sure that it's not snuffed out by organization. Okay, well, I'm going to stop there.